Okay.
Hey Ali, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up?
Hello,
How
bro.
are you?
How are you? Are you doing great?
Yeah, yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. I hope you are too.
Thank you, bro. We are also doing
You are
great.
right.
Thanks, God. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Thanks to God. Yeah. So we are live now. Hello, everyone.
Okay.
Welcome to the live stream. It's me and Ali again, and yeah, today we'll be working on a neon button, which was really Ali's idea. So we're going to make an animated neon button that would have some states that maybe like over, focus and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
To be something that I and collaboratively work on, and yeah, we'll show you the desired output, then we'll
Mm-hmm.
start our work on
Yeah.
the project, and yeah, I'm sure you'll be really excited to follow us through and see how it works out. So welcome
Okay.
Ash, welcome hello everyone that's watching, and I'll have Ali take over now.
Okay. So first of all, hello everyone. I hope everyone is doing great. So I see Harsh and hello Harsh. How are you doing? I see you in the live stream. So good to see you here. So and the project that we are going to work on this live stream is going to make a button. So let me share my screen. Mhm. So it's going to be something like this one, like the neon button. So this is a button, like it's going to have a 3D shape. Like we are going to make a button to look something like a 3D shape. Like it's going to have a box shadow and a text shadow inside of it, if you see that. And also something a div, not something that has a shadow, like a blur filter, like a blur that seems like this button is a 3D shape. So that's amazing. So we are going to make this button. So stay with us and you will learn a lot through this live stream. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure, for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, and it's really amazing. Like if you know this kind of
Mhm.
stuffs, it's really improve you a lot in designing, like being a front end developer. So this was all about the project that we are going to make on this live stream. So let's talk about how we are going to make this live the button. So we are going to use just HTML and CSS. No frameworks or yeah, just CSS and HTML. So in HTML part, we are only going to use add a button and that's it. That's the one part for HTML and we are done with it. And the rest is responsible. We are going to make it with CSS. So all we need to do is center the button at the page and we are going to add a shadow and a border and we are going to use a pseudo class like pseudo class for this one and you will learn a lot throughout while we are coding. So yeah, that's all about the description about how we are going to use make this kind of button. So let's go and do the coding. So are you ready, Toby?
Yeah, yeah, sure,
Oh,
of course, always
okay,
ready.
so let's do it.
Yeah,
So this is the
yeah, sure.
So we're okay. So we are going to do it in a like a scratch, like HTML and CSS. So we are going to use the live server. So if you don't know what live server is, it's a tool that you can download it from extension. Just type live server and you can have it. So what it's going to do is while you're changing, like while you're adding codes and whenever you save it, it's going to automatically affect the change on your website. So that's what you need to have while you're coding. So let's open it with live server. So let's just wait. Okay. So right now you're getting an empty. So so let's open it. Okay, so right now it's very
Mm-hmm.
good. So what we need to do is just add a button. We can say button, and inside of it, let's add some text like something like neon because it's a neon
X
button
of
for sure.
neon.
Let's
Mm-hmm.
save it. You see,
Yeah.
here's a small button.
Mm-hmm.
So we are done with HTML. That's it. That's all we need to do with HTML. So we can remove it, and we know we
Yeah.
don't need it anymore.
That's really
Yeah,
yeah. That's really all.
yeah,
But
that's all.
a quick question though, Ali.
Yeah.
Should we give it a class name so that we can call it because of specificity and all? Or do you want to be calling the
Yeah,
button element directly?
I think we can also add that, but for because we are only
So let's keep
having
it
one
simple.
button. Okay, let's add.
Let's keep it simple. Yeah.
Okay,
Let's keep it simple. You can work with that too.
okay,
Just the button.
okay. Because
Yeah.
we only have one button, so there's no need to add any ID
Yeah.
or
There's no
class
need.
name. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no. Yeah.
So
There's no need.
if you see in the zone, like we need to
Mm-hmm.
add change the background. Like if you see right now,
Yeah.
there's some margin, so we need to remove that. So how we can remove that is by using this one. Like set the margin to be zero
Margin.
and the padding. That's all. So you it will
Yeah.
fix the
That's all.
problem. So
Yeah. I think we can also add this to the universal selector too. We can also add that for
hey,
the before and the
hmm,
after.
that's also good. Yeah,
What do you think?
yeah.
What do you
We
think?
can also we can also add that. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
right now we need to change the background. And first of all, we are using this color like hex. Like for the BG box color, we are going to use this one. And for the button color, we are going to use this hex code color. So we need to change the
And
background color. Yeah, yeah.
before we proceed, Ali, yeah, sorry for cutting you. I'm really sorry. You want to explain to our viewers what this is? Like, I mean, we're just declaring this here. So what is this? What are these guys called? I think they're called variables or something.
So these are like in the root, like we are it's called a variable. Like we can use it whenever we want. Like you can specify like BG color, something like a color, and you can use a
Mm-hmm.
variable, and you can use like something like set the background color to be like instead of writing the whole color hex code, so you can use the variable BG color, like and
Mm-hmm.
it's going to be the
Mm-hmm.
same. So why we
Mm-hmm.
have to
Mm-hmm.
do something like this is while like when you're having lots of code in style CSS with the same color, like with the same color code,
Mm-hmm.
so if you don't use this one, you have to go through
Mm-hmm.
all of it and change all the color. So that will make your work harder. Like it
No,
will
no,
take
no,
too
no, no.
much time.
That's
But
not. That's not cool.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but if you use the root, like the variable, you just need to change the one place and it's going to affect all the codes in the style CSS. Like for
Yeah.
example, when I change it, like something like green, it's going to be green. Like something like this one, it's going to affect all of it. So that's the benefit of using a variable. Hope
Mm-hmm.
that
Mm-hmm.
answered the question.
Yeah, that answered the question. That answered the
So
question.
okay,
Let's proceed.
that's okay. Let's continue. So I set the background the color what we wanted. All I need to do is center the button in the center of the page. So how we can do that? So the easiest way is to like we can do it with two line of code, like by using the display grid. Like set the display grid to be grid, and for centering it, we can also use justify content and item center.
Mm-hmm.
But that will be three lines of code for
Yeah.
centering a div. Like
Yes.
like something like
Yeah.
set div, justify content center, and
Align
items,
content.
align
I
items
think it's align
center.
content.
No, it's
Oh,
align
okay.
items,
Okay.
yeah. So right now we have to set the
Oh,
height to
okay. Yeah.
be 100 VH, and that's going to like
Mm-hmm.
center the button in the page. But it is three lines of
Like,
code. We can also do it with two lines of code.
yeah.
So how we can do it is by using
Displace
place
items
item center. So that's
center.
also
Yeah.
going to be the same. So that's I think I think you guys learned a new thing. Okay.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
Okay, so
And
we
we
are
can also
done.
can also
Yeah,
set like a high level color property. Like since body is the parent, we can actually do like sorry, we
yeah,
can actually do like a color from here, give it a button color from right here, so that this color applies globally to the entire page. It's just convention. It applies to the
yeah.
text rather. Yeah,
Hmm. Yeah, that's awesome.
on the
But
top. Yeah.
if you use color in the body, it's not going to affect
Hmm.
button, and because button, like for the button, we have to use
Yeah,
the
it's
color
a
inside a button. But
oh
it's going
yeah,
to affect the H1,
exactly.
like H tag or
Exactly.
paragraph. But for the button or input, it's not going to affect.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to set the button
Effect, yeah.
its own color. Yeah,
So this, yeah, so we have to take this out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's also good. So we are done with the body. So we center the button. So all we need to do is
Mm-hmm.
bring styles on the button. So how we can do that?
Yeah,
Like specify button.
yeah,
So let's
exactly.
make it big. Right? It's very small. So let's make it font
Yeah.
size something like 3 em. So right now it's
Oh no,
good.
no, let's use RAM. Let's use RAM. RAM. I think RAM is good. RAM scales properly.
Huh? What did you say, bro? Toby?
I said let's use RAM. RAM. Like instead of M, let's use
Oh,
REM.
okay.
Yeah, RAM scales
Okay.
properly with font size. So that we don't have
So
padding because we have padding and margin issues. So we use M.
okay. So let's
Yes.
explain like what's the difference between M and
And
RAM.
RAM.
So can you
Yes.
explain it, bro? Okay, Toby.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, so definitely. Sure. So RAM is basically it's basically because we have M and we have REM. They're like relative units in CSS. So we have pixels, we have M, we have REM, we have percentage. So there are different ways we can specify like size and scaling in CSS. So when we're using M, M basically deals with like basically anything because you can work with anything like margin, font sizes and all stuff like that. But when it comes to responsiveness, it's always good to use REM, which is
Yeah.
the I've forgotten what the full meaning of REM is, but it's more like a fixed version of the M. Still responsive, but it's more like a fixed version of M. So, but with REM, if you give font size to a REM, so if you give an element a font size in REM, and we specify a padding and margin for that element, padding and margin will be scaled relative to that font size
Uh-huh.
for a specific element. So if our RM is 3M here, and we give it a padding of maybe like 2M, that padding of 2M will be relative to this font size that is here. So that's why it's always good to give font size a RAM unit because of like scalability and responsiveness. Always wiser. That's
Okay, that's awesome, Toby. And one thing to
yeah.
add, like the difference between M and RAM. So right now I'm using 3RM. What if I use
Mm-hmm.
E? M, it's going to be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So you might ask, what is the difference between M and RAM? So when you want to use M, it's going to take the value from the parent of button, like M.
Yeah, from
But
the
when you
parent.
want to use
Yeah.
RAM, it's going to get the value from the
From the
root.
roots.
Yeah, which
Yeah,
is
from the roots. Roots REM,
HTML.
roots EM. That's what yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So, yeah, for HTML. So when I say the font size is 16 pixel, it's going to be same. But when I
Pixels.
make it larger, something like 24, it's going to affect it, something like this. But when I use no RAM, this.
Yes, yes.
But when I HTML, like the root, but when I change the font size in
Mm-hmm.
body, something like 16 pixel,
Mm-hmm.
it's going
Mm-hmm.
to it's getting the value from the root. But when I change rem to
Mm-hmm.
rem, it's going to take value from the parent, which is body, which is 16. So let's change it. See, it's changing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
that's the difference. Okay,
yeah.
let's
That's the
change it.
difference. That's basically it.
Yeah, so let's change it this. Hope you get it. That's awesome. So okay, 3 a.m. So let's add a padding, something like 5
Point
rem
five.
and
No,
1 rem. And
no, no.
that's
Let's use M.
very
Let's use M for padding. Let's
okay.
use
Let's
M for
add.
padding. Yeah,
Okay,
yes. So it's a scale
okay,
properly. Yeah.
that's good. So if you see in the styling, there the background is
Hmm?
transparent. So let's set background to be transparent because we don't need color. And also we need to change the
Yeah.
color of the text, which is variable and button color. Okay, awesome. And also we need to change the border, which is border. Uh, how width like how long should it be, Toby?
Yeah, let me work on
Like
that. So for the border, we can actually use our color, which is this neon color that we have at the top here. We can do like we can set because border is like a shorthand for like border style, border color. So we can actually describe all those three properties on one line. So I can do it as such. You can say like color of border, button color. I can give it a thickness. Maybe I can say like 2M, and I can give it the kind of the style of the border, maybe solid or dashed. There are
right.
other options, I think. So I think this should give it a nice
Oh,
looking
that's a
border.
lot. That's too
That's a
big.
lot.
Let's use
Okay, let me
pixel for
scale it
this
down.
one. Use
Okay,
pixel.
maybe pixel. Maybe like 2 pixels. Yeah.
Okay. That's very small. Like, can we increase it? Like, yeah, okay,
Okay,
something
for
like
me,
four, like four.
I really want to use M, but let me see how
Okay,
this works out.
okay. That's too
Uh,
much. It's two. Okay, that's good. No, that's a lot. It's something like use pixel, bro. It's
let's
very
just
good.
fixers. Let's just
Okay,
fixers.
that's good.
Oh,
Okay,
that's good.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
Let's add the border radius. This
Mm-hmm.
time we use M. Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Yes, of course. Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
So right
Yeah.
now, so if you see, like there's a text shadow and also box
Mm-hmm.
shadow. So shadow, so
Mm-hmm.
text shadow,
Yeah, text
like
shadow. Yeah,
text
definitely.
shadow is responsible for the text. But when you want
Mm-hmm.
to for the border, you have to use box shadow. So that's the difference. So
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
let's add a zero for x and zero for y
Mm-hmm.
axis. Let's add a
Yeah.
blur which is 10 pixel, and let's a variable
And then the
button
color.
color. See, there's something is
Mhm.
changing. That's a lot. Let's
Underneath.
make it five. Okay, that's good. What do you think, Toby? The text shadow.
Yeah, I think this looks good.
Oh,
This looks
okay.
good. This looks good. It's good.
Okay. So
But
can
can we
you
add
do the
another
box?
overlay at the bottom to make it?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So can you do the box shadow for the button to look something like
Oh,
this
yeah,
one?
sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. I can do a box shadow. But I think the box
Okay.
shadow is on the outside, right? Or is it
Yeah,
inside?
the outside.
Box
The outside. Yeah.
outside. Okay.
Mm.
So I can do a box shadow. And box shadow is also a shorthand property for
Mm.
there's like horizontal offset, I think. There's
Mm-hmm.
vertical offset, and then there's blur radius. I'm just writing out all these properties, all these values rather, so that then I'll edit them
Mm-hmm.
one by one to match what we want. And there's spread, I think. Oh shit. There's spread
Okay.
spread radius. So one by one I can edit these values. So for vertical and horizontal offsets, since we obviously want the the shadow to be on the bottom. We don't want it to be like move to the left or maybe to the bottom or top. We don't need these guys to change. We need them on like the center. So 0, 0 will centralize it to be on the bottom. We don't have to use
Awesome.
commas. That's the fun thing about of shadow. So, and for blur radius, I can make a maybe not too much blur radius. Should I put it in M or pixels?
Pixel.
Hmm?
They use
Pixels.
pixel for
Okay, let
this.
me
Yeah.
do like 2 pixels, something. And for the
Uh-huh.
spread radius, I can do like how much I want it to spread. I can do like
Uh,
maybe 4 pixels. Yeah.
yeah, that's good. So yeah, add
And
the
then the
color.
color.
Mhm.
And I forgot to add the color. So there's a color property as well. So I'm going to use the variable we defined at the root for the color. I'm just going to like I'm going to use the neon color, which is the button color that we specified here.
Okay.
Let me just
Okay. Let's
add
see.
that and what
So
we
I
have
think
now.
you it must be blur too much. Like the blur is 2 pixels, so we need to make it bigger.
Okay, maybe like 4.
Like something like 10.
Okay.
Let's see.
Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
We need
Oh,
bigger, like this spread, like something like 7. Okay.
spread it out more.
I think we need to
No, no, it's not.
say to 20 pixel. I think it's
Okay, this
good,
is
right?
getting bigger and bigger, but let's work with this
I think this is good,
now.
right? What do you
I think
think?
it's good now. Oh, wait. Yeah,
Okay.
it's good now. Yeah, it's good. It gives
So,
that 3D effect. It gives that 3D
yeah.
effect already.
One thing like when you're working with style CSS, you have to try everything, like make it small, make it big,
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
give to
To
get the
make it
result
work.
what you want. Yeah, that's what we
Yes,
did,
yeah.
like changing the value and getting the result. So that's all you need
Mm-hmm.
with working with while working with style.css. So
Yeah.
let's work in this part, which is very important. Like this is the part that makes the button to be 3D. So how to
Yeah, that
do?
part.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for this part, we are going to use pseudo class, something which is before and after. So
Yes.
let's use before. You can use either before or after. So this one you can use
Either
one of
works.
them.
Yeah, either
Yeah,
works.
either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
either works.
So for this
Content.
one, okay, for content. So while you're working with pseudo classes, you must specify the content, because if you don't specify it, it's not going to work. So put that in mind,
Mm-hmm.
because while I was working with pseudo classes, I always forgot, and I would ask myself why it's not working because I didn't put the content.
I ran into the same. I can't count the amount of times I've run into that same issue as well.
Uh,
It's like literally gave me PTSD with CSS
yeah,
because the pseudo elements were so tricky. But I eventually got it,
yeah,
and I know that content has to be there.
yeah. Always remember that to use content. Okay, so let's
Yeah.
set the width to be 100% and the
Yeah.
height to be 100%. And for the background, let's set it to red for checking whether it is
Just to
working
see.
or
Yeah,
not.
for sure.
And let's use
Mm-hmm.
position absolute for this one. So let's see.
Absolute. That
So we
means
are getting, okay, we are getting this problem. Why? Because we didn't set the position relative on buttons.
relative
So we need
position
to,
to the
yeah,
browser. Let me set that.
let's
Okay, you
set
want
the
to set it. Okay.
position relative. So
Relative.
that will fix the problem. So right
Mm-hmm.
now I need this one to fill the button, but right now it's not filling. So what we can do is set the top position to be 0 and the left
Mm-hmm.
position to be 0
To be
as well.
zero.
So it's going to fix the problem. So
Yeah,
let's
perfect.
use the color, what's the real color, not the fake one. Okay, that's going to. So right now, if you see,
Yeah.
so right now, if you see, like the color is not inside the button, but indeed it is under the button. So we need to take this pseudo class under the button. So how we can do that is by using the top.
Let me. Can I? Can I add in
Yeah,
that
go
one?
ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
Maybe I can set the top to like 120%.
Mm-hmm. Percent. Okay. Let's see. Okay,
So
that's good.
that value I picked because I actually did practice, guys. Okay, maybe we should just try it out. You can actually try to debug, figure it out. I'll
Yeah.
just pick the value. Yeah, it's just
Okay.
don't be annoyed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Toby. Yeah, if you want, you can continue the rest, like using the transform.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
I can take the transform. So if we look at Ali, if you can go back to your code pen, so we'll see what we have currently.
okay.
If you look at that button, you see that there's like an effect of like a background shadow or something at the bottom. Like the button has like a 3D effect to it, like a shadowy effect on the bottom. So I want to achieve that now. But how I will be able to achieve that is with the div we have currently. Go back to your browser already. With the div we have currently, can you go back to the browser? Yeah, with the div we have currently, I'm going to have to make some effects to um to transform that div because I need to work with the third dimension. It really because we're really on like the 2D. I really need to change that div we have currently with the neon. I need to maybe flip it or something so that to align to be like perfectly laid out and I can blow it out or something. I think that's the idea of what would make this. to work out perfectly. If that does not make sense, just calm down. I'll try to
Yeah,
walk you through my thought process so we can do it together.
exactly. Okay.
So I think Ash was talking. I think Ash was talking about the before and after we were talking about. Ash was commenting on it that he also used to forget to use them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So back to what we're working on. So for me to achieve that, I need to do a flip first. Let me flip by saying so I'm doing transform. Here I do a rotate. Yeah, a rotate here. Can do a rotate like let me try like need to do a certain amount of degrees. I'll rotate it for me. I think 45 would be like a plane. I can't remember my maths that much. Let me try like 40 degrees. Let's see what do we have. So it has actually spin. It actually spun. Oh yeah, it did. It did rotate. So it did rotate, but
Yeah.
like it's trying to rotate on this plane. Or it should be a rotate, right? Or what do you think, Ali?
Yeah. So it's like a item is rotating all of it. So we just need the x-axis to be rotated.
Yeah, yeah. You just need the x-axis. Sorry, the x-axis rotated.
Yeah. So okay.
But yeah, okay, that fixed it.
So
So they actually did rotate, but the rotate I was using before was working for both the x and y axis. So we rotate x because we want to actually rotate it this way, or like make it rotate this way basically, because we want it to lay down flat on the bottom of the bottle.
like
So we rotate x.
like
Yeah.
something like imagine like this is a button, like this is the container. You want to say something like this one,
Mm-hmm.
like something like this
Mm-hmm.
one. If you get that, rotate X.
Yeah, exactly. 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 So I'm going to use a function now. It's CSS. And with transform, we basically use a lot of functions, basically. So I'm going to use another function now to help me to achieve this that we talked about. So to achieve that,
Mm.
I'm going to use a perspective function. Perspective basically allows me to do that stuff we're doing now. So I'm going to play with random values in the perspective so you can see what I'm talking about. If I try
Mhm.
like 10 pixels with perspective, let's see what do we have.
Oh, that's a
Oh, do
lot.
you see that? You see how wide?
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a
yeah.
lot. That's really a lot. So if we try like 5 pixels, what do we have now?
So I think we have to reduce the rotate X, I think.
Okay, maybe to like 20 degrees.
Yeah, 919. Okay.
What do you think now? Have you saved it?
I think we have to rotate Y, I think. No, wait a second.
No, it's
Something like
X. X.
5 and
No, we have
wait
to
a
reduce the
s-
perspective.
Okay. So for this one,
Yeah,
I
we have to
think
reduce the
in
perspective.
perspective, you have to use M. Like if you use one
Yeah,
M,
not. Yeah, it worked with M's properly. I think the pixels you have some issues. So we can go back to like 40 degrees. And if we try one
yeah.
M, that looks good. That really looks
Okay,
good.
right now it's looking good.
Oh, that looks good.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
looks good.
that's
That looks good.
yeah.
So
So right
yeah,
now it's yeah.
yeah, what do you
So
say?
one thing to add, like
Yeah,
what
it's looking good.
you maybe the others might ask, like what exactly perspective is. So perspective property is used for 3D shape to give them a perspective to look
Mm-hmm.
something like a 3D shape. So if we don't use this one, you see, we are getting a simple shape. So if we use a perspective,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to make our object to look something like a 3D. So if we don't use a rotate X as well, the perspective 1M is not going to work. So we have to use rotate X in order to get the result what we
Yeah,
want. So that's all of what I want to say. Yeah, you can
yes,
continue, Toby.
yeah. Yeah, maybe you can take a screenshot right now, Ali. Take a screenshot so we'll add it to our announcement tweet later. You can take a screenshot of where we've gotten so far.
Should I? Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, done.
Perfect.
So,
So yeah, moving on.
mhm.
I can move on now, right?
Yeah, you can go.
Yeah?
You can continue.
So yeah, so to make this blow out, I'm going to use some certain properties to make this guy blow out. So guys, a filter property. The filter works with like images or any like sort of like element in CSS. You can actually use some functions with filter to actually make an element blow out. I can use blow, I can use contrast, I can use some sepia. You can check out on MDN. Maybe we should be providing links to some of these properties. But I don't want to bore you
Yeah.
with all the details. I just want to show you how filter will make this work. If I do like a blow filter, if I do like a blow of like I think it's gonna be in like pixels. I'm trying like
Mm,
pixels. Yeah, yeah.
let's check. No, you have to like it must be bigger. Something
So it didn't
like
blow out.
something like 2 em. Let's use em here. Like 2 em.
Okay, let's just see. Yeah.
2 em.
Let's see how
I
that
think,
works out.
but
Oh shit, okay, okay.
I think let's
That's too
use one
much.
em because it's too much. I think
Yeah, it's too much. It's too much.
let's see. Like it's very
Oh, it's
big.
going this way.
So
It's directing this way.
oh, one thing like we forgot. Like, can I
Maybe we
remove the
should change the
filter?
angle for
No, no, no. It's all okay. So we just forgot something in transform. So can I remove the filter for a second? So you see the the height of this
yeah, yeah,
div
sure,
is very
sure, sure, sure.
large. Yeah, it's very large. So we need it to be small. So in order to make
Mhm.
it small, we can use a
Okay.
scale
Let's just scale
y-axis
it.
because
Oh yeah.
we need to make it small. So let's make it something like 3. Oh, that's small. Okay, right now it's good. So right now,
Well, I think
if
we
we
need to
want
scale
to,
both on the X and Y axis.
no, we need
Or what
to
do you
change
think?
the y-axis because if we change all of it, it's going to be very small. For example, let's change this one. It's very small. We just need to change the
Hmm?
y-axis, the height of it.
Oh,
That's all we need.
okay, okay.
So right now, if we add the
Mm-hmm.
filter,
Mm-hmm.
it's going to fix our problem. And see, that's something amazing.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's really cool debugging. Ali. Ali is
Yeah.
debugging my CSS currently. So
Okay.
yeah,
I,
that's pretty much it. And maybe I can add an opacity. What do you think? I can add an opacity, right?
yeah, it's all about testing. Test it.
Just
If
to make
it
it a
looks
bit
good,
more
then we
blurry.
can keep them. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Uh,
What do you
guys,
think?
look. Yeah, it looks more better.
Good.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, yeah. So that sort of yeah, that makes it look better. Yeah, that's really
Okay.
cool.
So I think
Um,
yeah.
yeah,
So we
so
are
far so
done with
good.
this
We've
part.
managed to achieve
Yeah.
shadowy effect.
Yeah.
Hmm?
So this is
Hmm.
what we have made so far, and it's looking
Yeah, so
awesome.
moving on.
So okay, moving on. And the last thing that we have to do is
Oh, I think
to add a hover effect.
yeah, over
Do
effects. So we change
yeah.
the background color and the text color.
Yes. So the way that we can do it
Hmm?
is using by pseudo element. So how we can do that? By if it's for the button, not the button
You mean
before
pseudo state?
the uh, the pseudo hover. Yeah. So button,
Yeah,
and we
over.
use hover effect. Like whenever your mouse is on the on the item, the style inside of it is going to affect. Something like
Hmm?
let's say
Hmm?
right now the background is transparent, so I want the background to be the same color as the button. So right now it's good,
Yeah.
like it's changing,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but the text
Mm-hmm.
is disappearing. But the text is not disappearing,
Mm-hmm.
so the text
No, no,
is
no. It's
having the
just
same color.
covering.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah.
let's just change the and now looking good.
Mm. Okay. Ooh,
And
that's
also
nice, nice.
yeah, and also you can add transition like when it's happening too quickly. So if you want to add a delay, like transition, you can add transition,
But yeah,
something
that's
like
true. That's true.
3 sec,
3 seconds.
not 300 millisecond,
Point
or
3 seconds.
200 millisecond. You can say 200 millisecond.
Yes.
2 second, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah,
So when I hover it, oh, that's looking good.
yeah, that's cool. That's really nice. That's really really nice. That's really really nice.
Okay, so that's all. Like the hover effect, this one, and there's one problem. Like
Yeah,
you have like
doesn't look good.
your mouse must hover on the button in order to change the background and to change the color. But when you hover, this one is also going to affect it. So we don't want it to be
Yes,
like
yes.
this. So
You
how
don't
to
want
fix the
that.
problem? So
So
we can come here. Yeah, go ahead. Okay.
can use pointer
Okay.
events, right?
Mm-hmm. Pointer even. Set
And
it
we can
to
do like a
being
none.
yeah, and that will fix our problem. Like whenever you hover it here, this position, it's not going to affect the button. But when you hover the button itself, it's going to be the color of the text, as well as the color of the background. And what it will do is going to disable
Clapping for
the
you, Ali.
item.
Clapping for you, Ali.
Color for you, bro. You did a great job. So So what it will do, like pointer events, is going to
Yeah.
disable the item on. It's not going to remove the item, but indeed it's going to disable the item. Like
Mm-hmm.
whenever the user hover on it on the item, it's not going to affect anything. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what even pointer events is going to do. So you need to know it, and sometimes
Yes, yeah.
it's very, it will give
Mm-hmm.
you like sometimes
Yeah,
if you use
useful.
pointer event,
Useful.
it will make your work very easy. I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure. Just learn it. Just take
It.
my advice and thank
Yeah,
me later.
yes. But we also need to consider
Okay.
something. We haven't considered accessibility. What if I don't have a mouse? What if I want to use the tab key to over the button? How we need to add the states for that so that the
Okay.
effect still applies.
Okay.
Yeah,
Let's
so to
add
consider
tab.
accessibility,
Okay. If you see that, like
it's
I
going.
click tab, and you see there is a border. Like if you want to change
Mhm.
it, we can add. Yeah, you can continue, Toby. It's your turn.
Oh yeah,
Talked a lot.
yeah. It's my accessibility. So for the accessibility touch,
Sorry.
touch of accessibility maybe touch of the touch of accessibility,
Mhm.
we can just add like a button focus. The focus state will help us to track the tab key whenever we are there. And we can also add, okay, so I think that's all. I think, yeah,
Okay.
that's all.
Let's check
Try the
it.
tab key
Like
now.
when I click. Okay. When I click this one. Okay, it's working, but we need to remove the border.
Yes, we need to remove the border.
So what we can do, like come, like in the button, like it's not a
Hmm.
border, but it's an outline.
It's
So
the
we need to
tab
remove the
as an
outline.
outline.
So
Yeah.
we said can set that outline to be none, and it's going to fix the
Mhm.
problem. Let's come here, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, perfect, perfect, perfect.
Yeah, I think that's
So
all.
we added it. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty much everything. That's pretty much everything. It's
yeah.
pretty much. So we added a touch of accessibility, and we were able to style the neon button with the shadow effect on the bottom. So we need to take a screen
Yeah,
recording and the screenshots to make a shout out, to make more noise on social media. That we really did it.
let's.
Ali did it. Ali did it. It was all Ali's.
Yeah,
It was
Toby
all
also
Ali's.
did it. No,
Ali helped out.
Toby. Not me, Toby.
So this is really cool, and I really like the fact that we were able to achieve this. Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So this is really cool, and I really like the fact that we were able to achieve this. And yeah, this is really amazing. So we can make a tweet now and have the viewers comment. So you can feel free to drop your comments, and I and Ali, meanwhile, will be making the tweet and we'll be talking about what we've done so far, maybe how we can improve it or make the design better.
Mhm. Okay, I think that's amazing, bro.
Yeah, what do you think, Alif?
Did you say something? Like, I didn't get sorry.
So Ash, yeah, Ash,
Uh,
Ash is saying something.
Color.
I said,
I wish it be white. That would okay. Let's try it.
let's try it.
Yeah, it's all about trying. Like right now, when I hover it, it's black. So let's make it white, as Horse said.
Hmm?
Like white.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, Toby?
Ooh,
That's
I
awesome.
actually think it's good. I think it's good. Ash has the eye.
Yeah.
Ash has the eye for
Awesome.
colors, I guess. It's actually good. Maybe we can make the
Yeah.
fonts bolder. Can make the font thickness.
Yeah.
Maybe we can make the
I
font
was about
thickness
to
more. Maybe
say,
like 800
yeah.
or something.
Font weight,
Yeah.
something like bolder. Okay, that's awesome. That's looking better.
Ooh, yeah. That's awesome. Awesome. Yeah. I looks that thank you so much, Ash. Thank you so much for the
Yeah.
suggestion. Really appreciate it. He's happy, he's happy. So yeah, awesome, awesome. I really like this. Really cool so far. So we should make the tweet.
Mhm.
Do it from your end, Ali. Let me just manage the comments here.
Okay. So I can do it later, like if that possible.
Yeah, but take the screenshots. Basically, yeah, I can
Yeah,
do it
I
later.
took it.
That's
I
no
took
drama.
it. Yeah, I took it.
Okay, that's really cool. That's really cool. That's really cool.
I'm
So
going
let's
to
talk
do it.
about the design. Yeah,
Okay. I'm going to
yeah. What did you say?
tweet about it. I'm going to tweet about it about the today's live stream.
Yeah, sure, definitely,
Yeah,
definitely. Because we need to get more people to come watch the amazing stuff we're doing on here, and then have them
yeah.
suggest ideas and maybe suggest topics that we might even work on next week and stuff like that. So
Mhm.
so meanwhile, we can talk about the design and how we can improve it. So okay, okay. So
So
what
if
did
you
you think
want,
of the live stream, Ali? Do you have any feedback or what do you think?
oh my God,
What
it
do you
was
think of the live
awesome,
stream?
bro. Like I was feeling
Yeah,
comfortable than my last time. Like if we continue this one, we can also get
yeah,
better. Like day by
yeah,
day.
exactly.
It really help us a lot. Like you are doing live stream, I'm doing live
Mm-hmm,
stream. So if you compare this live
mm-hmm,
stream with the last live stream, so there must be so many change.
mm-hmm.
Like we are talking comfortable,
Yes.
very comfortable, bro. And that's
Yeah, yeah,
about
exactly. And
about my change. So what about you, Toby? What are you feeling? What are you feeling?
oh yeah, I'm feeling great as always. And I actually love the fact that we were able to because the main focus of this live stream is for us to collaborate with someone as amazing as you are, Ali. And we were able to achieve this last Saturday and even this Saturday as well. But I have some
Mhm.
comments on the button of the neon button though, because it was actually your idea to work on this Saturday. And I like the idea of the neon button. I mean, if I were building a site that is
Yeah,
neon themed, I think with what we've learned today from this live stream, I can actually just take the CSS I've used here and just apply it maybe to my buttons to make it have a wonderful effect, because it's a really cool effect. I can maybe make like a landing page with like get started or something like that. And I'll put the neon button there in the middle, like get started. Then
yeah,
to be like, oh, you just over and you get started. That's a really cool
yeah,
concept to add to
yeah.
website.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
also one
exactly.
more thing for
So
the viewers,
yeah,
like we have Git repo. So whatever we write on the live stream, the code will all will all push to the Git repo, and you all can use from them. And the topic can,
yeah,
if you can do it, like link the repo under the live stream in the comment or
yeah, sure,
description.
yeah. You can actually even copy the link and paste it here, so I can in the comments, so I can like paste it and display it or something like
Okay,
that.
I'm
Yeah, yeah.
going.
So so we're 44 minutes in, and this has been really cool so far, and awesome, awesome. Like there are no words for it. It's just awesome, and
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
It's
So
awesome.
so
I, sh-
so we
I
would
shared
love
the link.
feedback.
I shared the link in the
Okay,
private
okay.
chat, Toby. Okay.
Oh yeah. So let me carry from there and let me paste it through the viewers so they can see it.
Yeah.
So that's the this is the it's the link to the GitHub repo. and you can check it out there. You can see our code for live streams that we do every Saturdays to see how you can. Maybe if you missed something during the live stream, you can go check it out there to like use. You can use this on your projects because I and Ali have the plans to work on things that you would be able to take from this live stream and actually apply to a real world project. I mean, Ali, what do you think? What do you think,
Yeah,
Ali?
that's awesome. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
you can also copy the code and change the color or bring something new to
mhm.
look even fantastic, even beautiful. So you can do lots of
Yeah,
things
yeah,
with it. So just try it. So the source code, you have the source code. Everything is free. Just use them to look your website to take your website to another level, I can say.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, definitely, definitely. That's the goal of our live streams and the goal of this collaboration. So viewers on Twitch, viewers on LinkedIn, viewers on YouTube, I hope you guys have been enjoying this live stream so far. I and Ali will be doing more and some stuff. So we're done for today's live stream. We're actually done. Just did the project and we're done. It didn't take up to us. It don't take up to an hour. We did it in less than 40 minutes, I think. So because
Yeah,
we were talking and other stuff. Yeah.
yeah, we are
So yeah, we
explaining
achieved
things,
it.
so
We
it
did
will
it.
take time. Yeah.
Yeah, we're explaining. So it take time. Great job, Ali.
You too, bro. You
Good
did a
job.
great
You did
job.
great. You did great. It was really cool.
One question, Toby. Like, are we live
So any
in?
final thoughts?
Yeah, one question for you, Toby. Like, are we live on YouTube? Like on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Twitch?
Yeah, we are live on three platforms. We're live on three platforms
Oh,
on LinkedIn,
that's amazing.
Twitch, and YouTube.
I thought
Yeah,
like we
yeah,
are
that's
live
really
on
amazing.
YouTube. Like, thanks for the hard work, bro.
Yeah,
You're doing great. Like being live in three
yeah,
platform, and yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. We're doing it. We're doing that based on with the platform we're using. So we can actually stream on like three platforms. I can even stream on multiple platforms, even on Twitter if I had to. But we don't really need that much. So these three platforms are enough to get us our target audience. And yeah, we did it. We did it, Ali. We did a great job. We did a
Yeah,
great job.
yeah. Thanks God. Yeah.
So so any final thoughts?
Final thoughts. All I have to say that. What should I say? uh, just uh, just practice. Like practice makes everything perfect. Like you have to like when you like if you're telling like if you want to be good at HTML, CSS, or JavaScript, or any other frameworks, then you need to do lots of practice because everything is you have to pay for everything. It's not easy. You have to pay your time. You have to pay your health. Not health. Like you have to pay. Like everything. Like nothing is free. I can say you have to pay. So that's all
Yeah.
what I want to say.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Thank you so much for the awesome advice, Adi.
Yeah.
And you've really given us a lot of value today. Apart from your coding, apart from you showing off your coding skills and showing us stuff, you've actually given us good advice as well. So at least the whole package, everyone. At least like the whole package.
Thank you very
To
much.
have on your team. Um. Yeah. So Ash asked a question. He said, "Why don't you make your streams? Why don't you make streams public? Our streams are public. We are streaming on like three platforms. Ash, I
Mhm.
don't know what you mean.
So what do you mean with the stream
So
public?
yeah, feel
Like,
free.
yeah,
I actually don't. That's why I wanted to ask him if he
yeah,
had any. Can you explain, Ash? So yeah, so far so good, Ali. This has been awesome. It's sort of like a coffee chat plus pair programming session, and I really like the fact that we
yeah,
could do that. So I get support
yeah,
from LinkedIn as well.
yeah. Thank you very much.
So this is cool. This is cool.
Yeah,
Yeah. So so far so good. This has been cool, and I think I'm looking forward to next Saturday and us showing more cool
yeah.
stuff on this series because it's a series and we'll be looking for more that stuff. So please like, share, subscribe, tell your friends, tell everyone,
Okay.
and tell
Yeah,
literally everyone about live stream so we can get
yeah.
more people to come and work with us. So
Awesome,
Ash is
awesome.
still saying something. Ash is saying, I mean, they are not visible on your channel. Who is not visible, Ash? streams are public. I'm streaming on like 3 platforms. I don't. Okay. Oh, okay. Maybe it's a YouTube setting he's talking about. I'll probably check that out. But I think the stream is public. So I'll check that out. Ash, thank you for the observation. Check that out. So thanks so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Ali, for showing up
Thank you very
and for
much.
not actually leaving me hanging. Because that would have been very embarrassing. So yeah, so I guess bye. I'll see you next Saturday.
Bye, everyone.